Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Sunday, April 30th, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Florida Panthers vs Boston Bruins. I didn't expect this to be a great series, but it has been a lot of fun as we head into Game 7 between the Boston Bruins and Florida Panthers, which no one saw coming. After splitting their first two games in Boston to open the series where the Bruins played pretty lousy hockey at home, they won the next two games in Florida pretty easily to put the Panthers on the brink of elimination. In Game 5 at home in Boston, the Bruins were by far the dominant team, outshooting Florida 47-25 and outplaying them by an expected goal rate of 4.5 to 3.86, but the Panthers still got extended the series with a fantastic performance and goal from Sergei Bobrovsky in a 4-3 overtime win for the Panthers on Matthew Tkachuk's game winner. Game 6 in Florida was highly entertaining, with the Panthers winning 7-5 at home in a game that saw 7 third-period goals. Boston outshot the Panthers 34-33 and led twice in the third period, but couldn't get it done, and Florida outplayed the Bruins by an expected goal rate of 4.85-4.02. These Atlantic Division teams surprisingly split their 4 regular season games this year, all high-scoring affairs, with the Bruins winning 5-3 at home on October 17th, the Panthers answering back with a 5-2 home win on November 23rd, the Bruins winning 7-3 on December 19th at home, and then the Panthers finishing the regular season series with a 4-3 overtime victory on home ice on January 28th. We have Game 7 today at TD Garden in Boston as the Panthers look to pull off the biggest shock of the year and eliminate the greatest regular season team in NHL history. Boston has the second best defense in the NHL, only trailing the Oilers, as they've scored an average of 3.66 goals per game on an average of 33 shots per game. They've generated the 9th most expected goals, 3.43 per game, and the 14th most high-danger shots in the league. The Bees have been good on the power play, scoring on 22.2% of their chances, the 12th best in the NHL. David Pastrnak leads them in scoring this season with 113 points, 61 goals, and 52 assists. The Bruins are the best defensive team in the NHL by a significant margin. They've allowed the fewest goals in the NHL, an average of just 2.12 goals per game, on an average of 29.8 shots allowed per game. They've given up the 7th fewest expected goals, 2.9 per game, and the 11th fewest high-danger shots. The Bees have the best penalty kill in the league at 87.3%. The Vezina favorite, Linus Ullmark, is projected to start in goal in Game 1. After the first two games of this series, the Bruins have been by far the better team in this series, dominating the next 3 games, despite losing Game 5, which they likely should have finished this series in, as they put 47 shots on the Panthers. They have an advantage on both ends of the ice, especially defensively. Game 6 was very evenly played and entertaining, with Florida getting the win at home. I'd expect the Bruins to answer back from those 2 losses to win this series at home tonight, likely by multiple goals. They have an advantage on both ends of the ice, especially defensively. They've had the second best defense in the NHL, while the Panthers have scored the 6th most goals in the league. The Bruins are the best defensive team in the NHL by a significant margin, having allowed the fewest goals in the NHL. They've given up the 7th fewest expected goals and the 11th fewest high-danger shots. Meanwhile, the Panthers have struggled on the back end, allowing the 12th most goals in the NHL. They've given up the 8th most expected goals and the 3rd most high-danger shots. I expect the Bruins to finish this series on the road tonight. Not only do I think they're up by a decent margin in the third period, with it being an elimination game for Florida, I expect to see an empty net early on the Panthers' end of the ice, which should lead to a free goal or 2 for the Bees to hit the puck line and win by multiple goals. Take the Bruins to cover the puck line as they close out this series at home. 5 of the 6 games in this series have hit the over, and especially with elimination in play tonight for both teams, I love the over tonight. We should see an empty net in the third period, which should get us more scoring opportunities late, but likely won't even have to rely on it. Along with that, all 4 regular season games between these teams hit the over with 2 top-tier offenses facing off. The Bruins have scored the 2nd most goals in the NHL, having generated the 9th most expected goals and the 14th most high-danger shots in the league. The Panthers have scored the 6th most goals in the NHL, having generated the most expected goals and the most high-danger shots in the league. Hammer the over 6 goals. Seattle Kraken vs Colorado Avalanche. The Seattle Kraken have managed to exceed all expectations in 2023, as they are way ahead of schedule on their potential for Stanley Cup potential, and even without Jared McCann, who is expected to miss another game with injury, this team is still confident they can take down the defending champion. In their past 15 games, the Kraken have been red hot, recording an impressive 11-4 record, as well as being 7-3 in their past 10 games played against the Central Division, and after 6 tough games, this is their best chance yet at making history in Seattle. The Colorado Avalanche may have never hit their top gear throughout the 2022-23 NHL season, but come playoff time, the league is aware of how hot they can get, and if they are able to overcome the injuries to take Game 7, they'll be a threat to the entire league once again. In their past 6 games played on Sunday, the Avalanche have a 5-1 record, as well as being 35-16 in their past 51 overall games, and while it's tough to doubt Colorado, there's no doubting that they are wounded, and Seattle could take advantage of that. It comes as no surprise that the defending Stanley Cup champions are a big favorite in a high-leverage, high-pressure matchup, but given that the underdog is 7-3 in the past 10 meetings between these teams, it could go either way. In the past 5 meetings between these teams in Colorado, the Kraken have come away with a 4-1 record, and in the past 9, the road team has notched a 7-2 mark, so even with the experience edge going to Colorado, this is Seattle's best chance to take down the champs. Our team pick is Seattle. The Kraken have pushed the heavily favored Avalanche to the brink despite their offense struggling in the series, scoring only 16 goals, including only 4 goals in the last 2 games. Jaden Schwartz, Yanni Gourde, and Alex Wennberg have scored 4 goals and 9 assists to lead the top 2 lines, but the rest of the offense has struggled. The hope is that Vince Dunn can add a spark from the point, as he scored 14 goals and 50 assists this season, but only has 1 goal in the first round. The offense has struggled, but the defense has kept them in the series, allowing only 18 goals in the series, with only 5 goals in each of their wins in the series. Adam Larsson and Vince Dunn have led the top pairing, while Jamie Alexiak, Will Borgen, and the rest of the unit have also stepped up, creating turnovers in all 3 zones and limiting shots on the net. In addition, goaltender Philip Grubauer has also stepped up, saving 181 of the 197 shots he's faced. The Avalanche have struggled offensively, scoring only 18 goals, but has stepped up in their victories, scoring 13 goals in their 3 wins. Mikko Rantanen, Nathan MacKinnon, and Arturi Lehkonen have scored 12 goals and 9 assists to lead the top 2 lines, but the rest of the offense has struggled. The hope is that Cale Makar and Devon Toews can step up as they have 2 goals and 10 assists from the point and can open up the offense in Game 7. The offense has struggled, but the defense has stepped up, allowing only 16 goals in the series, with only 1 goal in Game 6. Makar and Toews have led the top pairing, while Bowen Byram, Samuel Girard, and Eric Johnson have also stepped up, creating turnovers in all 3 zones and limiting shots on the net. Additionally, goaltender Alexander Georgiev has been great, saving 167 of the 183 shots. Despite the deep offensive groups that make up these 2 teams, it's the defense and goaltending that has led the way, especially in this series, with the under being 9-1 in the past 10 head-to-head meetings, also sitting at 5-0 in the past 5 games played in Colorado. For the Kraken, the under sits at 8-1 in their past 9 overall games, and for the Avalanche, the under is 5-1 in their past 6 overall games, so no matter how this winner-take-all matchup plays out, it's going to be tight and low scoring. Keep it simple, take the under.